Yo, Ruben.
What's up?
Good to see you, my brother.
Good to be here.
Welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome
Thanks
to the
for
show,
having me.
Made Revenue on Air podcast.
Yes, sir.
Wow, we in Las Vegas, Nevada, man. It is 7:04. It feels pretty good right now, though. You know?
It was windy. It was nice today.
It was nice today.
Running with
Today
it.
was really today was really good. So I really enjoyed today's weather. But it's not about me and how I'm feeling today. It's about Ruben, man.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast,
Thanks
my
for
brother.
having me.
Ruben is out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's a boxer at Mayweather Gym.
Yes, sir.
Another one of Coach Bullett's fighters, you know. And I can't tell you about him. So I'm going to let Ruben tell y'all a little bit about himself, all right?
Yep. I was born in Ukraine. Both my parents are Armenian. You know, I grew up a few years in Armenia before I moved out here. Started boxing at 15 until a year or two ago I met Coach Bullitt, and the ball has been rolling since then. So,
Okay, that's what's up. I
Yep.
didn't know that about you, so that's interesting.
sir.
You know, you find out something new
Every
about
day.
somebody every day, especially when they come to May Revenue on their podcast, right?
Right.
But you know what, Ruben? I'm excited for you to be here, man. Thank you for coming through. You know,
Appreciate having me.
I definitely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Not to get all sentimental on that shit.
No emotion.
Right. Hey, but you know, I know my voice is a little raspy today, y'all. You know, speak about voice being raspy and why it's raspy, right? Saturday Showdown. Gervonta
Yeah.
Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. Don't lie. Who are you going for?
I was going for Frank Martin. I love myself an underdog story.
Mhm.
I love myself someone
Okay.
who, and me and Frank relate as far as we started late, and you know you had to work a lot harder to catch up to those people that started earlier.
Right. Okay.
So
That's
it was-
interesting.
Yeah, I was for sure going for him, and he was doing a good job up to.
Yeah, you know,
Sunday.
he was doing pretty good up to the knockout. You know, everybody does pretty good until they get
Right,
knocked out by
until they get hit by Tank.
You know, and not to make fun of him, because I'm not making fun of him
No,
at all.
sure not. He did very
You know,
good
he's
job.
definitely a better fighter than I am. You know, 100%.
Right.
I was going for Tank this one, you know, and I cannot lie. But everybody in my household was against Tank, and I was asking them why. They was like, "Oh, he's too cocky. He's this. He's that." I'm like, when you're a fighter and you get in that ring, how much confidence, and not even being cocky, but what's the confident level that you expect to have as a fighter?
I mean, you want to believe in your ability. You want to know that, you know, you're going to own that ring. That's your house. That's what you worked so hard for.
Right.
So I feel like cocky wouldn't be the way Tank goes about it. Because he actually is a very quiet guy in reality.
Right.
So, I mean, being confident sometimes does get mistaken with cocky.
Cockiness,
But
okay. Yeah.
But I think you gotta be confident you own that ring.
Gotta be right.
You know,
So that's the way I looked at it as well. But a lot of people don't look at it as that. I think they do confuse cockiness with confidence, you know. And even me as a fighter, and I think anybody as a fighter, you should get in there and be like, I want to win every
Right.
fucking time I get in.
Right, exactly.
Excuse my language, but
Yeah, you want to be in there.
but I want to win every time I get in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So going for Frank, you was going for Frank, man. Well, he unfortunately got knocked down in the 8th round.
Yeah.
Did you lose any money off this fight?
No,
You
I did
didn't?
not. No.
Okay, that's
But
that's a good thing.
anytime Tank is involved, I don't think you wanna go for it.
Right. And you know what? I get it though. A lot of people probably want to see Tank lose because they're like, okay, like I don't know, they just tired of him beating everybody,
right,
you know?
yeah.
And then you want something different, you know? So
Yeah.
you're waiting for that, who's going to wow the crowd, you know,
Right.
situation. But it seems like it's not going to happen, not right now.
Not right now.
Ryan Garcia do want a rematch with him at 140, though. Do you think he's going to take that?
I don't think Tank would rematch him,
Mhm.
and if he does, I don't think anything's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Even
you
at
think he'll get knocked
140,
out again at 140?
Actually, no, I don't think he would lose by knockout, but I do think Tank would still come out unanimous.
Would you
yeah.
think? Oh, yeah. So you think they'll go to distance, 12 rounds?
Yeah, I think it
You
would.
so?
Yeah, this
Okay.
time just because if Ryan's more rehydrated and you know he has that coming in,
Right.
I think he has a better chance. For
Okay.
sure. And
Okay.
if he stays more patient.
You know, I think if he if he comes at Tank the way he came at Devin Haney, he'll probably like give him a really good fight.
Right.
Honestly, cause
Right, yeah.
that fight against Haney, that was a whole different monster.
Right. Yeah, he was a lot more confident. Like
yeah,
like you
exactly,
said, yeah, he was
right?
a lot more confident.
And that's the thing that they used to say about Ryan Garcia as well. Like, oh, he's cocky. No, he's just confident. He's you know, he enjoys who he is as a human being. You know,
that's his own personality.
Right. And that's what I think people get confused a lot. You know, so but yeah, so enough about that. Let's get into Ruben. So sure. Ruben, right now, before we started this, I know you were telling me you're gonna find a boxer name. What's out there in the air right now for you? Like, what do you have in mind for yourself?
Coach Bullet has been calling me Sweet Pea a lot recently, so I might have to roll with that.
So where did that come from?
Give me recommendations. So.
Yeah. All right, if y'all have any recommendations for them out there, let us know. All right. Yeah. But where does Sweet Pea come from?
It's my style. He kind of enjoys how I move and how, again, confident I am in my abilities, and you know, always having those wild moments.
What does that have to do with a Sweet Pea?
I don't know. That's something we gotta ask Bullet.
Right. Okay. So when did you start boxing?
Started at 15.
15. Okay. So you started a little later.
Right. I did. Yeah.
Usually would. Okay.
And all my life, I was always just kind of like trying to find what really suits me.
Okay.
And I think boxing was the best one.
Okay. So besides boxing, what were you doing?
I was playing instruments. I was playing the piano for about 8-9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you like writing any songs or anything like
that? Yeah.
Okay.
I was starting to write, and just I kind of fell out of love for it later on.
Really?
Yeah.
What would make you fall out of love for writing music?
Because I felt like it wasn't a way for me to express myself and you know what I was feeling and what I was
you couldn't trying to do. Express yourself enough? That's interesting, because you know what, people will find music to express themselves enough, but you found boxing. So
boxing
how did that, like, how drastic was that change in your life when you found boxing?
It was very quick, because I went in and I started working, and I saw like the progression I was starting to make, and right away I just fell in love with it, because it was something that really just suits how I am and my personality and my calmness. So.
That's calmness. That's interesting.
Yeah, I do.
That's real interesting, because you would think, like, as a boxer, like, you would never be calm.
No, so that's a bad stereotype.
So, that's so crazy. So, like, explain that to people who wouldn't understand, like me, because I probably wouldn't understand. Like, what do you mean by calmness when it comes to boxing?
In boxing, people have this bad idea about boxers being like, oh, just so quick to go to their hands to try to fight, to not use their words. But boxing, it's an art as much as any other thing is. So I mean, for me, it's like when I'm in there, my biggest thing is to stay calm. Because
so it's like your instrument.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's really good. That's a really good way to look at it, you know, because a lot of people would look at boxing as aggression and power and just, you know, like aggressiveness, you know. So that's a really, really good way to put it. I've never heard that before. So you started at 15. How old are you right now?
I'm 18. I just turned 18 a couple months ago.
Okay. Yeah. So 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And you're from out here, right? Las Vegas or?
No.
I'm tripping. I'm not even paying attention. But you said you're from
Armenia.
Yeah. Oh, you're Armenia. Okay. Cool. That's good. So how long ago did you come to Las Vegas?
I was about 8. I was about 8 when I moved here. Yeah.
And you probably said that already.
Nah, I didn't say that. Nah.
I just came from the gym, you know.
It's all good.
You know, but that's really interesting, you know. You know, you found boxing, been doing it for 3 years.
Right.
So what is your progress so far, like when it comes to fightings, sparrings, like what's your record so far?
It's so I don't currently have any amateur fights, because Bullet chose a different way to go about mine. Because I have such a, but he says that I have more of a pro style. So it's kind of harder for me to fight amateur fights, but I've been in the ring with some amazing pros, and you know, so it's been good experience. It's been good progression, and at 20, I'm gonna make my debut at pro. So
that's really cool. So pretty much you skip amateur and gonna go straight to pro?
I'm gonna have a couple of fights at amateur, but because of how they score amateur versus how they score pro, it's kind of harder for me to fight amateur.
Yeah. And okay, so what's the difference for people who don't know?
So amateur, they go volume and points. The more punches you throw, the more you win.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. That's
And in
interesting.
pro,
Okay.
it's about the impact of the punch and
right,
big punches, yeah.
right. Okay, so that's okay, that's good. That's really good. And you're comfortable with that? Like,
Yeah,
you're good with going that route?
I'm more comfortable with. Yeah, I like to control the fight. I
Yeah.
like to control the pace of the fight.
So you don't like to
and
just
in
get in there
amateur,
and just try
right?
to-
No, I don't like that.
try
no.
to score by throwing punches. Right,
No,
right. And
no,
I'm
no.
pretty sure that would tire you out a lot faster.
Right.
Anyways, right. Speaking of fights, though, is there anyone out there right now like you would like to get in the ring with?
I'll give you a top three. I'll give you a top three.
Okay, let's hear it.
Not people that would get in there with me right now, you know,
Yeah.
but nah. I'd say there's 3. 2 of them are big names right now.
Oh, okay.
One
Okay.
did fight in the tank card.
Oh, really?
Benavidez for sure is someone I would want to share the ring with.
Okay, and is that like actually getting in there fighting with him, or
Yeah,
just like
an
experience?
actual pro fight. When I'm
Yeah.
up there, I for sure want to share the ring with
okay.
Benavidez. Canelo would be one,
Okay.
and Jared Anderson.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. So okay, that's good. So you already know like these top dogs that
Yeah,
you
I'm ready to
just,
go with that.
you're ready to go. You're
I'm
ready to
ready
go.
to go.
You're not even going to like start off with the little guys. You're ready to get.
Nah, like obviously as a pro, you want to build your career.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when I am up there, that's for sure.
That's
3
the
people I
people
would
that you
want to
want.
share the
Okay.
ring with. Yeah.
Well, y'all hear it. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
Y'all saw it here first.
Get ready for
Canelo.
I gotta dethrone Canelo, man. I gotta dethrone him.
Right. Okay. So that's pretty good. Okay. So when it comes to like signing any big deals or like working with any big promotions, like who do you look forward to working with?
I'd say lately I've been looking with Top Rank.
Top Rank.
Top Rank for
Okay.
sure. Just because of they give more opportunities and more fights to you than people like Mayweather's and Golden Boy,
Okay.
those companies.
Okay.
But right now, the point I am right now is I'm willing to do it with anyone at first. you know,
Okay.
just to start
But-
building.
Right, but your main focus is Top Rank.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Just because they're better at building fights.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. Of
I
course,
feel
of course.
as far as what I'm feeling.
And you want to get out there more and win
Right,
experience.
exactly,
Okay,
yeah, for sure.
Of course.
Stay ready
Especially,
so you ain't gotta get
yeah,
ready.
especially starting young. I mean, starting at 15,
Right.
3 years in. and-
Right. You want
okay.
to get as many fights as you
Right.
can. you know?
Okay. So cool. You're 18. I know you just graduated
Yeah, I did.
recently, so
I
that's
did,
cool.
yeah. May.
So you're out of school now. So how do you plan on taking this thing to another level?
I do enjoy having my morning because in boxing morning is so valuable throughout your day. So having that morning to get my morning miles in and being able to just have the day to myself to focus on more training and have more time in the gym versus
Okay.
being in school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm able to stay in the gym a lot more. Which the more you're in there, the better you're gonna get. So,
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Sounds good. And that's pretty cool. So boxing is it. You're
Yeah.
not looking anywhere else.
plan
You want to
B,
take this to a whole nother level.
No.
You tried music. Now that you mention it, I probably would have put you on the mic real fast.
I can't freestyle.
You know what I'm saying? So anything interesting that the world might not know about you, that I might not know about you.
You for sure don't know about that.
Okay, so let us know. Let the world right now.
Okay, so later down in my career, when I am in the pros, I do also want to get psychology going. I want to get into learning about psychology.
Okay.
Just
Want to get in people's head, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And
That's
just
after boxing,
understanding-
or that's within the boxing.
It's in between. It's in between for sure.
Okay.
I just want to understand like the main concept of how people like their body language and all that stuff. I feel like is interesting and it's valuable in boxing to know about it.
Yeah.
And I do like reading a lot too.
That's
another thing.
That's good. Speaking
yeah.
about reading, I got a couple books back here.
Okay, for sure.
You see any of those you might notice? A couple right here too.
I have read the 48 Laws of Power. I have read it. It's a
okay.
very interesting book.
Yeah,
And I like how descriptive it gets about each law.
Cool.
I feel like
Right.
Yeah.
What is something that you took from that book, The 48 Laws of Power?
the biggest one I did not know is to not pass your master, the person who taught you everything. That's for sure a big one.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
because
Yeah,
it's kind of
interesting.
self-explanatory.
Of course. And when it comes to the boxing and everything, did you have like a strong support off top, or like how did your family think? Like, what, your moms and everybody around you, like what did they think about it?
Up to like about a year ago, they wanted me to quit.
They wanted
me to stop doing it.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because just their idea of like seeing me get hit or be hitting someone it was like scary for them.
Yeah, of course.
And at first they didn't even believe I would go through with it. They were like, oh, this is gonna be another thing that he just starts. A couple months later he's gonna quit on it. But now lately, since after I kind of had to prove myself that I'm serious about it, they were like, okay, no, we could. Yeah,
that's good.
And they also saw the progress. They were like, oh, okay, like he's actually doing good at this.
Okay, for sure. So you're there and you're at Mayweather's, but you go from top rank to Mayweather's. Okay. So when you're working with Coach Bullet, how is that for you? Because I know he's like he's a pretty big coach out here.
He is, and I personally think he's the best coach out there for me specifically, is because my style and what he teaches, it kind of collides together.
Okay.
So it's a good opportunity that. And at first, actually, he was the one that saw my consistency. He's the one that started like really being like, no, I see potential in you. Like, we can work together.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's just Coach Bullet is amazing, man. He doesn't just see you as a fighter. He has a personal level of like, just helping you out and stuff outside of boxing too.
Right.
And he's a great role model.
Right. Also. And how important is that? Do you feel like being a fighter and having a coach that cares more about just you getting in that ring and becoming famous one day? And like how important is that?
Oh, it's super important, because if a coach is just worried about what they're getting out of it, you're gonna notice that very quick, and it's not gonna be supportive. But I told him this the other day too. Yeah. When he's in your corner, it's so much more confident knowing someone like really genuinely cares about you is in your corner. So that's what Bullet is. He cares about you outside of the ring just as much as he does in the ring.
That's good. That's really good. That's really good. That's really cool. I know a couple of days ago you had a sparring match.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
It was good. Good. I was
did you win?
Working. I mean, obviously, there's no winners and losers in sparring, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Why it ain't no winner? Did you feel like you lost or what?
No. I felt like what you come in to do in sparring might not be the same thing the other person is doing. Because in sparring is to get you better. It's to work on certain
with each other and
and I feel like what he was working on, he was kind of new at doing. So I was just trying to be more letting him do what he wants to learn.
Okay,
but. I was a lot of my power I was holding back because he was working on that certain thing.
Okay. Why would you hold back in sparring though? What would make a fighter like hold back? Like, because I know, like, when I get in the ring and I get punched a little too hard, I'm like, oh shit, okay, he's on a whole nother. I thought we were sparring.
See, that's another thing that comes to calmness is you gotta, even if you get hit, you have to know how to control your temper. You gotta know that, okay, like he was trying to do that on purpose to get on my nerve, Okay. So I feel like in sparring it's just sometimes you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days. So in sparring, I feel like if you're holding back, it's because you feel like the other guy is. I hate to say it, but it feels like sometimes you feel like the other guy isn't on your level.
Not on your
so it makes you like, okay, no, I don't want to hurt him.
Right. Okay. So that's how you felt.
Yeah. I felt like if I was to crack him, hey, he knows it. He knows it too.
Hey, well, he said it, not me. I was just playing. But that's really good. That's a really good way to put it. Cause like obviously, I know some people, they probably get in there and get punched really hard and they start going crazy and like don't realize that it's just a sparring match just to help you out.
Exactly.
You're gonna get hit. Just gotta learn how to throw one back, I guess, and just work with the guys in there. And like you said, like for a guy that is controlling the fight, the outcome, so then you could.
And that's how Tank does it too.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's good. That's really cool. Yeah. But other than those 3 fighters that you want to fight in the future, hopefully we do see that one day. Pretty sure when they see this, they might want to do it a lot sooner. But other than that, anything that you would like to do right now? Like, do you any like fighter that's probably like at your weight level right now that you want to get in there with, and just to because I know right now, have you had any pro fights, you said, or
no
no pro fights? Okay, so when you do get that chance, like, who do you want it to be with?
There is this guy that I was supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Couple months back. I did end up getting hurt, and I didn't end up getting a fight in. But his name is Emiliano. I don't know what gym he is, but
he's from out here.
Yeah, he is from out here.
Emiliano.
Yeah. And if he has turned 17 lately, we could get it in.
Oh, right, because you're 18
now. Yeah.
Right. So, hey, Emiliano, saying that right? Yep. Hey, he dropped the name. So
I dropped the name, man.
Hey, come there it is. Hey, if you want it, come get it.
Come get me.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, man, is there like any fighter out there that you look up to that you said like you can compare your style to, or do you just like go up, like, when you get in there?
There's a few people. One of the big ones that was the reason I started boxing was George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yeah. Okay. Just how he started his career versus how he ended it. It was a kind of inspiring how he changed his personality and how he went towards it. Another guy would for sure be Floyd Mayweather, just because of his work ethic and how dedicated he was to this.
Okay.
And probably I would say Bivol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting. You said George Foreman, Floyd Mayweather, and Bivol.
Yes.
And I would say that's like literally 3 different like styles of fighting,
it is,
right?
Yeah.
So how do you interpret that in your style, like when you're in the ring?
Yeah, as a fighter, you don't want to just copy off one person. You want to take little things from little fighters and get your own style going.
Right.
So just Floyd's defense, Bivol's footwork, George Foreman's punch choices, like those are things that I kind of just got inspired from little by little. I just took certain stuff. Like Floyd Mayweather's style of how he goes about his ring awareness and how he moves. That was for sure one big thing that I would say I do have in my style too. So
So so that's interesting because like fighters like Pitbull, how would you say you would go up against a defensive fighter like that? Because all he does is like, well, not all he does, but he's pretty much just coming in there head first with his hands.
I mean, and you got to pick him apart. There's like, you seen how Tank did it. You just kind of have to make him have to break that defense to be able to get you. And when you have good movement and you have the conditioning to move 12 rounds and do that, because there's some certain fighters you just can't knock them out. So Pitbull, you got to be like, he's for sure one of them. To break a tight guard, you just got to pick him apart slowly. You got to make him have to open up. So that's one thing for sure.
Okay. You know what? I'm so ready to see you get in there, man, and do your thing. That's
July 13th.
July 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you in there?
Yeah.
Like, is it a sparring match or
no? It's a fight. It's a fight. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
so where's that gonna be?
Richard Steele.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. July 13th, right?
Yep.
July 13th. Richard Steele. Let's get it. What's today's date?
We got a month.
June 18th. So we got a little less than a month. All right. So we're gonna catch that. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be good.
It's gonna be on my Instagram.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Other than like being a boxer, like what is your life like outside of boxing?
Being in boxing, you don't have that much free time. So I would say it's a lot of just relaxing and trying to recover and get ready yourself for the week. Okay. But lately I have picked up on video games. I started playing video games with my friends and cousins and stuff.
I hope that don't take over boxing.
No.
Video games are ridiculous.
I do not have enough time, sadly.
So how much time have you been given to video games?
Hour and a half a day, probably.
Damn, that's a lot. That's like being in the gym right there. Okay, so other than boxing, video gamer. So the only thing I can say is just start streaming it. Hey, next thing you know, you become a streamer, making money.
Check it out. Let me know. I'll for sure start streaming.
So that'll be interesting.
And reading, reading for sure.
Reading. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. And that's really good that you're reading. Other than that, like any girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? You don't date. You're not into distractions and stuff like that, right? Okay. Sorry, ladies, you don't. No. Y'all off limits if you know.
I'm down to be friends, but nothing more.
Right? You like, I'm too young to date.
No, for sure. But I am up there, I'm more of like a date to marry type guy. So
that's good. That's really good. That's so for any good women out there, willing
Y'all
to
can wait a
settle
couple
down.
years. Y'all can wait a couple years.
Y'all can wait until he's
Yeah.
21. 21, right? That'll be your dating age.
Probably, yeah, right
That's
there.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Good guy. I started a lot younger than him.
I had my time. I had my time, but
right.
I'm just
That's
focused
good.
on my
Right.
craft
So
now.
that's good. You seem very focused. That's really
appreciate
good. I'm pretty sure you need a lot of focus to go where where you're trying to go. You know,
Right.
a lot of people don't understand like the hard work and dedication behind boxing. So from your own personal experience, how would you explain like how hard it is, how much focus you need to have, conditioning, strength, and you know, like everything that comes with the boxing?
Yeah, for sure, it's a lot. It's not other sport. People need to understand. Other sports, it's just 1 or 2 hours a day. Boxing is a lifestyle.
Yeah,
like you, if you want to be anywhere up there, you have to make it a lifestyle. How you eat, how you train, how you run, how you everything is so much detail and science into it.
Yeah,
that people don't understand. To go far, that's what you need.
Right.
It needs to be a lifestyle, not just a sport.
Right. Because it's not like just going to like a gym, regular gym, just going there for an hour or two. Like you
can't say you play boxing. So
right.
That's the only one. So.
Right. So you got to really take care of your body. You got to really eat healthy. You got to really get in that.
Your body's
gym.
your temple, so you gotta, you know, you're treated like one.
And how much hours like do you spend like training and everything like that, conditioning and eating good and everything like that?
6-7 hours a day, probably.
6-7 hours a day.
I have 2 sessions of boxing training. I have a session of conditioning, and I have strength training.
Okay, that's good.
So
that's good.
2 hours each session about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then going back to like Coach Bullet and everything like that, like how like you know like how does he how do you feel in there like when you guys are training, like what's the routine that y'all take with each other, like how does that work?
So I can't give you the routine, but with Coach Bullet, it's more of he focuses on everything. He's one of the only coaches that he does his own pad work. He's the coach and the pad work. So with him, it's everything. He focuses on the endurance, the power, the footwork. He mixes it all up to where you're a very balanced fighter. That you could box or fight your way out of any situation.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good, man. Look, it sounds like Coach is like the coach that you want to have doing this thing,
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's why everybody, you know, comes to him.
Yeah. But he don't work with everyone.
He don't
work
don't
with
get it
everyone.
twisted. Even if you family, hey, that don't matter. If you don't take that,
he don't waste his
serious,
time.
He don't play around.
He don't waste his time.
You get me? So I be seeing everybody like, oh, coach, I can't wait to work with you. Oh, blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure he, out of respect, he's like, yeah, let's get it. But
no.
trust me,
He doesn't like wasting
he
his
don't
time.
play around like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's really good, man. That's really good. Yeah, you seem pretty focused, man. You doing your stuff. I saw you in there. I remember our little sparring session, not sparring session, but our little, everybody was in the ring, and you gave me a little couple backhands. And I was like, why he hit me so hard?
And what's funny is that day everyone told me the same thing, and I wasn't sitting on the punches. I was
like you was literally just tap. And I was like, so that shows us right there, like you have so much power, so your potential is definitely there.
Yeah.
And I could see why you wouldn't want to be an amateurs right now, you know, because like you could definitely
the style gets
yeah.
When you're an amateur, it makes you have to change your style.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So it's you know, the less I could do and still get the experience, that's what I'm gonna try to aim for.
Okay. Cool, man. Really good to have you here today, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming by, man. Very interesting conversation with you. Is there anything else like you would like to say to the world? Anything you would like to let them know?
Follow the Instagram _3 Ruben.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
Good conversations. So.
Right. There you have it, man. Ruben, Sweet Pea for short.
Yeah.
Or if y'all could give him a better nickname,
give me a better
you know
nickname.
what I'm saying? Thank you for coming by, man. And before you leave, man, I did want to let you leave with a little something, right? This is Beast Mode. You know, this T-shirt that I make here at the lab. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can see the lab is right here.
For sure.
But you know, Do a Lot Clothing. You know, on the website if you guys want to check that out. We got the beast mode right there, and in the back.
That is fire.
Yes, sir.
That is fire.
Yes, sir,
I'm
man.
sure gonna rock that.
So yeah, so definitely, man. Thank you for coming by. I didn't mean to take your shirt out your package and everything like that. One of them, yeah. So thank you for coming by, man. I really do appreciate it. This is just a little sum that I wanted to give to you for, thanking you and everything like that. Would love to have you come back again
for sure.
Come back again, and we could get a even more interesting conversation going. Probably after your fight.
For sure.
After your fight, which would be really good. Other than that, man, once again, thank you.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it. Appreciate it, man. And y'all stay tuned, man. We have a lot more to come. Follow Ruben, man, at _3 Ruben. And next upcoming boxer out of Las Vegas, Nevada, man, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And we're going to tap back it with him a little later on. Sorry for my inconvenience right now because I'm a little under the weather and it just started today. I promise you. Promise you. But I ain't got no COVID and nothing like that, so I don't want to scare you away.
Oh, man.
But I'm still gonna give you some sanitizer, man. I know I shook your hands a couple times, but thank you guys for tuning in, man. You already know it's the Made Revenue On Air podcast. I'm your host, AJ the Great. For those who don't know, Akeem J. Wright. Follow me, follow the podcast, and follow Ruben.
Yep.
Alrighty, we out of here.
That's good.